Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel. It's time to preview Celtic's next game as we head back to Celtic Park to face Hibs. I'm joined by Alistair to go over it. How you doing, Alistair?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Hi, good.
Can I just say before we start, your video with Tony Haggerty was class, well done.
Cheers.
So professional, unlike the one you did.
It was professional for a change. That's not normally a word that's used in this channel, unfortunately. But anyway, I back to Celtic Park. Probably for me anyway. It's over a month since I've been to Celtic Park for a league game. I was there for when we won the league, but for an actual league game, it's been because obviously I wasn't at the Kilmarnock game, but it's been a long time anyway. You look forward to it?
I'm looking forward to enjoying it, Josh. No stress. I know we say that, but 20 minutes a little bit.
Six games, fuck off.
It'll be something like that, aye. But no, I can honestly this. And Celtic Hibs games tend to be good. They tend to be good.
Well, this is the sixth time we've played Hibs this season, which is pretty mental.
Four of them at Celtic Park.
Because obviously we played them in the two cup competitions and obviously your league kind of fixtures. Hibs have obviously still got a lot to play for. Obviously they're in a battle for third place with Aberdeen. And they'll probably, I'd say Hibs are probably looking at this game. We probably need to get a result here because obviously I think Aberdeen go to Ibrox now. Rangers can't buy a win at Ibrox at the moment, so I think Aberdeen would be fancying their chances of going there and getting some sort of result, a point or maybe even 3 points. So Hibs will probably, that's what I'm going to go into, but Hibs will probably come in this game looking, to go out. We need to probably get some sort of result here, obviously. And obviously they've had a really good season, obviously, especially the second part of it. So Celtic just need to be wary here, obviously, because we're talking about the league's done. This is the difficulty now because there's no lot to play for. There's nothing to play for in the league now, apart from records and goals and points, whatever. But you want to. I always use the expression: you want to sprint over the line. You don't want to stumble to that Scottish Cup final, and you're kind of going up to that Scottish Cup final. Will we win the day? Because we've not really been hanging, so it's important to keep the form.
Is it just me, or I want to win the league by at least 20 points? Is it just me?
I want you might win it. Obviously, the biggest gap possible. No, I just think that's all fans want to do that. To be honest with you, obviously Celtic can only beat and then see what happens in the other games. But I think what I want to do is I want to just try and sprint across the line because that was anyway.
Get the cup final with a good vibe and take it for there.
Because I remember the last time we were in this situation, it was Angie's second season where we could have broke the points record and only took 7 points, and was pretty terrible.
We took four. We took 4 with 9 to play for.
It was pretty shocking. Then we're getting that cup final, and I remember it getting that cup final against Inverness. I'm thinking, are we gonna get there wasn't a lot of confidence, and that's what I don't want to happen now.
You remember who played centre half that day against Inverness?
Is that Water or something?
Aye. Good knowledge.
No, but I think it's important that Celtic sprint over the line. I don't want us stumbling and all that. And obviously, it's the first game back at Celtic Park since we were confirmed champions. So hopefully, they can come out and put a display on. But I don't want us taking Hibs lightly for what I've just mentioned, obviously, because they've still got so much to play for, obviously, and obviously we're going to talk about team and that in a minute. But that's when I think we need to be wary how much we'll rotate. I think I've seen a lot of people just give the typical give the youngsters a run out and stuff. I still think even though we won the league, you still need to.
I don't think we've that many youngsters.
There
to put in, to be honest with you. And at the end of the day, I tell you another thing you need to watch as well. players will need to play games to get medal. So you'll need to watch that as well.
I think the big thing you need to watch though as well. You need to. It's alright making hundreds of changes over the next kind of 3 games, but you need to have a settled kind of team going into that cup final. So I'd expect in that team against St Mirren, that's a cup final team.
Well, it would be because you can't just. I mean, cards on the table. If we had to play Zanazaro in the cup final, I'd have no worries about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll place Michael. I know he'll place Michael.
I think Sanasal's got that shirt at the moment, and we'll go into him in a minute because I've been really impressed with him, to be honest with you. Everything on the pitch, the off the pitch, I think the way he speaks is brilliant. Because I was listening to his press conference and he was getting up, asked some really stupid questions, but anyway. But I think even on the pitch, I think it's been good. But we'll go into him in a minute. But I think it's important. You know, we need to be in good form going to that cup final because otherwise we're to Inverness here, but it's not Inverness this year. It's Aberdeen who maybe have tailed off a bit, but they're still probably being maybe the third or the fourth best team.
Aberdeen are probably doing what we're doing, Josh. They're probably been I know they might have finished third, but look at it from Aberdeen's point of view, from their point of view, and I hope this doesn't happen. Their attitude will be, we would rather win the Scottish Cup and finish fourth. That's a good season. Matter of fact, that's a great season for Aberdeen.
It's a brilliant season for Aberdeen. But then, I want to go into every game and I want to. I don't want to sound like dead chippy here, but I want to ruin everything. I want to ruin Hibs season. I want to ruin Aberdeen season. So I don't think Celtic should just take foot off the gas because.
To be fair, we do owe Hibs one. The last time
we don't owe Hibs anything. We don't owe Hibs anything.
No, we do owe Hibs one. I mean, to beat them.
Oh, I was like,
sorry, I didn't make that clear.
No, but I just want Celtic to. I don't really care about any other team. I don't really care at the end of the day who gets into Europe. No, that I don't really. I just want Celtic to win games.
Let's be realistic. It will only be for 2 or 3 rounds max. That's not me being disrespectful. That's common knowledge for a lot of these teams.
But I think it's also important that we just, you need to try and make this treble a more a procession as much as you can. You can't be stumbling. So you're going to that Scottish Cup final fresh. Players are, full of confidence and full of form. And they're not coming in like we were 2 years ago against Inverness, stumbling across the line. And kind of like doubting us if we would beat fucking Championship Inverness at the time. So, but Alistair, obviously, Brendan Rodgers spoke in his press conference, confirmed that Carson Schmeichel will be back on the bench, so it looks like he'll be in contention for the cup final as well. Hang me that Carter Vickers would be out as well. Nicholas Kuhn will be out. Johnson will be out.
I think he said Nicholas Kuhn's trained all week, so
just leave him.
I am the same. We've already lost Jota. We don't need to lose another one.
Leave him till next week. To be honest with you, I'd even skip him against Aberdeen. I think, as I said,
it's Aberdeen's interest too. I don't think he would do this, but they could be really dirty at Pittodrie and end up picking up knocks.
It's not just that. I don't see the point in risking him. Like Johnson, like Carter Vickers, there's no point.
Well, the way before you move on, Josh, I'll sum it up like this: we've earned the right to do what the hell we want. We've earned the right.
Within reason. If I turned out to Celtic Park and there was 11 new players in that park, I'd be going like, right, what are we doing here?
That's meant. I wouldn't be against Kenny's certainly getting a half tomorrow.
But then
And
I think it just puts Ida down as well, though. And then I think it would be seen it putting into this brigade where Ida's shite and Ida's this and Ida. I don't know what it.
definitely think you'll see him, Josh.
Aye, I think we will see him. I mean, we'll go into team selection. For me, it's Sinisalo and goal. I think you go behind to Ralston at right back. I would go Austin Trusty and Mike the Rocky, but I'll be wrong because he'll pick Scales, even though he was poor. Not rubbish. He was poor.
Well, if I wouldn't mind the Rocky and Trust.
It needs to be. It needs to be. Like, I'm sorry, but if Liam Scales, like, I'm being blunt right now. Liam Scales, I don't think will have a part to play at Celtic next season.
So you think we're bringing in a centre half?
I think so. I have had a think about this, right? And I think, don't get me wrong, like, it might come as a surprise, but after I say stuff, I think and go at, right, and was a harsh there, or was a, and to be honest with you, with Scales, I don't think I was. I look at it and go at that. Brendan Rodgers come out and says there's people maybe at this club are not up to the task, and I think Liam Scales is in that bracket for me. He was poor. I'm sorry.
And I defend. I like Scales because I think he's had more of a Celtic career than we thought was possible, and he's done well.
I'll give him credit for that.
Even I said last week, to use the man as his own quote, weak as piss at that goal we lost last week.
No, it was so weak. You like for instance, like you look at, it was so poor, and I'm sick of having this discussion every 3-4 months. I'm pretty clear. If people don't like why I criticise players, I don't care. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to say I'm talking rubbish, or you're entitled to agree with me.
Well, at the end of the day, Josh, I'm not going to like every.
Aye, but at the end of the day, I'm seeing a game through my eyes, and what I'm seeing is and I've noticed this with Liam Scales, and I've noticed this with some other players as well. We have a discussion, but especially Liam Scales, it's like, he'll have a good run, he'll have a good game. You're thinking, that's brilliant, and he'll have rubbish, and it'll be like, oh well, it's only Liam Scales, it wasn't really expected, and I'm like, no,
we only paid $700,000.
No, and it's like, well, he's a squad player then, and I'm like, well, no, you can't have it both ways. So is he good, or is it, so, and by fucking, you're gonna have one good game. You're gonna have one good game.
I don't know if this is the right podcast to discuss this. I think the centre half department in general needs a clear out, to be honest with you, because you look at it, he's clear. Brendan Rodgers clearly doesn't rate Naroki. He doesn't rate Welsh. He doesn't rate. I don't
think he rates Scales. I don't think he rates Scales.
He uses Scales because it's the lesser of the two evils.
And I thought this. Maybe I'm talking utter mince here, but I thought with the whole Scales thing, does Brendan Rodgers use him because it's like the story and don't get, and you might think, oh, Brendan Rodgers going to get. I think he would get caught up. I've seen it before. He likes a good like.
He likes to bring some
story
through the ranks.
Aye.
I know William Scales didn't come through the ranks, but I think he but as he is a guy we bought for the League of Ireland. He's got an Irish history.
And it's not really. It's nothing. I'm not having a. I think Liam Scales is a decent player, but no for our level. Where Celtic are wanting
improving the Champions League.
Where Celtic are want to get to, you're going to need players who are going to be a bit stronger than he was on Sunday. You're going to need.
Can I be fair? If you're Austin Trusty,
we don't concede that goal if Austin Trusty's in the team.
And I'm going to tell you something. No, that wasn't what I was going to say, but you're right. Here's what I'm going to say. If you're Austin Trusty and you look, and he'll be thinking, I get dropped for losing a goal at Dundee.
I
Very
found that
similar to
really
the one
strange.
Dessers scored. Very similar to the one Dessers scored.
That's a
So
good
he'll be
point.
looking to say, right, is the manager consistent?
Now, don't get me wrong, Austin Trusty was really poor in Dundee that night, right? Because I can remember it well. But the fact is, that's what I don't get about Trusty. I know he's had, like, I think he's had, family stuff and
I
stuff.
like
But
Trusty.
I don't really get how he's just been just took away from the squad completely. I don't get it. I don't, and
I
if
wouldn't
is
be surprised if he come back in the morning.
and that's the sort of consistent I was on about the other day was, you know what, this is it's probably symptomatic Celtic's season. 1 minute it's Trusty, it's the next minute it's Scales. It's the
It's
same in the
all a
midfield.
centre half, see, you
Aye.
know, like that. It's all a centre half.
And it's the same in the midfield. 1 minute it's Engels, then it's Bernardo, then it's Hatate, then it's you're like, where's the consent? Like, and I
Well,
know you're not going to play the same
I
team
don't
20.
think Bernardo has played near enough games as he should have. But that's just
Aye. But you look at you especially in the centre half, you want to see a partnership. We had Carol Starfelt and Cameron Carter Vickers, who were stalwarts in that team for 2 years,
and we've never replaced
and
Starfield
now it's just.
arguably.
And now it's just like, but people would tell you that Starfelt. The same people would tell you that Carol Starfelt was shite, which is just bollocks. I mean,
Well, him and Carter Vickers had never lost a game together.
right, aye. But then the same people who tell you Carter Vickers is, Starfelt is shite, right, or Starfelt is rubbish or whatever, would be the same people that go, and Liam Scales has done all right.
Aye, but there's
Trust
a
me,
difference between doing all right and being good enough
we
long
don't need
term.
doing all right. We need players who are, because of Europe, we're going to need to defend a lot of times. And Liam Scales has had some good games this season. I'm not going to sit and. Liam Scales is well worthy of the medals that he's earned at Celtic. And that's what I will say on that. But there's come a point where you go, right, there's nothing. And that's what I think some of the fans who maybe let stick up for Liam Scales think it's a personal attack. It's not a personal, but what it is right, we need an upgrade. Just like we need an upgrade in Greg Taylor, we're getting Keir Taylor in the door.
Well, you could argue every summer we could be looking for upgrades all over the park. I said that.
Well, I'll go back to a famous chairman's quote. Every window we try and come out stronger. That doesn't happen, evidently.
Roger
But
come out with that the day. Did you know?
no, did he? Aye. So there you go. But I would like to see trust in the Rocket. I don't think I will. I don't think my wish will be granted, unfortunately. But I'd like to maybe see that left back. I think Jeffrey Sloot might play because I think.
I was thinking that.
Because I think Greg Taylor might be getting. I don't know next week. I've just got this feeling he might be getting this weird day where it's like, are you gone? Are you staying? Are you leaving? Are you?
Well, Josh, you know my feelings on it. I think he's away.
I thought maybe we
wrong, but I think he's more away than he's staying. Put it that way.
Aye. No, because also that article came out about the improved contract, but I don't think anything's kind of came in it. I don't think so. Who knows?
And you would think there's actually 2 weeks left in the season if you include the cup final.
Aye.
Don't tell me Greg Taylor doesn't know what's happening. You'd be naive in the extreme to think that.
Now for the midfielders, I mean, I've kind of. I don't know because the midfield's a weird one. I want to see Bernardo, but I don't know who comes out.
You know what I would do? Take McGregor out.
Aye.
That's what I would do. Go midfielder McGregor. No.
Take McGregor.
Aye. Go Bernardo, Engels. Hatai.
Because I just think if you take Engels out, then you're going to I still stand by it. I don't. Anybody thought Engels was poor all day. I mean, I don't get it.
I think, especially Ida and Engels, them two
It's
You
you know
either,
it's
you either like them or you don't.
I'm sorry, it's just Target now. It's a Target. Is it just because of how much money they cost?
I mean, and I heard somebody actually saying this. James Forrest was good, and I'm like,
I thought the first 20 minutes it was good. But after
but
that was
nothing came of it.
aye. He probably should have
Uh,
got a goal because he didn't pass overcooked the pass, but no, I was even saying even Tony was I was talking to Tony about it yesterday, and even he was like, if you can't see that Engels has got talent, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean,
You're kidding
last
yourself. I'm sorry, but you're kidding yourself on. You can laugh at me and say I'm an Engels fanboy all you want. I know I'm an Engels fan, but you don't need to fucking tell me that. But I'm sorry, but if you don't think that boy has got talent, then I don't know. Go and watch golf. Seriously, no, go and watch
Would
golf.
you say golf? I thought you were going to say cricket.
I'll something a cricket or something. I don't personally watch golf, but go and watch golf then.
But
Because honestly, I mean,
what I would say, Josh, is um, Engels. Sometimes
it's
you
just
get players that just come in and you think, okay, 21, we might have to give him a year to settle in. But because of the price tag, if he's not brilliant after 2 games, we've wasted money. I
exactly, and
can't,
that, like exactly, and that's and I'm
I
looking
can't
at it
be
and
doing
going.
with that argument.
Don't know, Megan. I can like when Engels. There are times when Engels just I don't think he's had a great game, and I'll come out and say he's not had a great game. But some like I just think it's it's like people are always just like they must just watch the game. They don't watch the game. They watch Arnie Engels.
Aye.
And you're
So
like, I
it's
don't.
about the Adney cam, innit?
It's like he's 21. Don't get me wrong. I think the price tag of being Celtic's most expensive ever player is probably taking a toll on him.
But it's no. But I'm fed up saying this. I seem to be saying this every week. £11 million is not a lot of money.
In the European in the football landscape, not anymore. It's not. But there's probably still a
I
lot of
mean,
pressure.
let's be honest. If we're doing my job right, we we should be doing it this summer
Aye,
again. But if you if if all you're doing is giving the PLC board an excuse by saying, "Oh, look at the last time we paid £11 million for a player. He's, the fans are on his back
aye,
constantly."
exactly.
So,
But I'll say it again, and I'll say you can clip it whatever you want. Arne Engels will be a good Celtic player. I
I'll
don't
put it
doubt
this
it.
way:
He already
pay
is,
on the
but
more you make a profit.
aye, you know, I don't. He has a. I said he was a good. He will be a good. He already is a good Celtic player. I stand by
Guys
that.
got double figures in terms of assists.
Exactly. And people
Um,
can sit and say, "Oh, he takes penalties, Pengels, la la." Can I
well,
remind you, we couldn't score a penalty for fucking shit
the
last season.
potato style, I know.
And I'm probably getting a bit animated about it, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick, and that goes for Eden as well. I'm sick of having this. I will criticise Eden Engels on their footballing ability, not the price tag, because they don't make the price tag. And don't get me wrong, players like Eden Engels have still got stuff that they need to learn. Of
I
course they
mean,
do.
I
But
mean
that's not that.
the whole would you take Dessers over leader? No, because one's 30, one's 24. Give me a break.
And it's like, and right, the thing is, somebody asked me this, would you say like, Arne Engels cost 4 million? Would you be criticising them as much? And I'm like, oh, aye, because no matter how much, it doesn't matter how much we pay for a player, I'll criticise him the same because it's what I see in the pitch. He does not make the price tag. Now, if Celtic have overpaid for Arne Engels, Celtic have overpaid for Arne Engels, boo hoo. If Celtic have
Yeah,
overpaid
what
for
you
Adam
paid
either,
for at the end of
exactly. Exactly. So that's the thing. But my Arne Engel rant for the week is over. But anyway, I try to think it's just really hard to see who gets dropped out. So maybe give McGregor a rest and maybe try. I like Bernardo with Cremon, and I'm not going to get into the knees yet or he should have been starting all the game. But I did like, I thought he, brought some really good stuff to the game last week.
I like Bernardo, and I think in any other time frame, and certainly in my lifetime of watching Celtic he plays.
Aye, he's been robbed of a season, obviously, with his injuries and stuff. But I think and I would have liked to see Bernardo more.
He's a Portugal under 21 captain.
Aye, so I would like to, I'd like to, because we know some other clubs that like to see national caps as trophies. But anyway, no, but I think Bernardo, it's always been. I've always liked Paulo Bernardo. I think he's got a real class about him. I think you can tell he's a good footballer. You can look at it and go, quite like Engels, I can sit there and tell Engels is a good football player. You can look at it and go, Hattati's a good footballer. We've got some really good midfield talent there, but I just don't think we've found how to use all of them properly. So that's
the one midfielder we've not replaced.
Victor Wanyama.
Well, that I know. But I was going to say Matt O'Reilly in terms of goal scoring midfielder now.
In terms of central midfielder that comes to the edge of the box and is a goal scorer, I don't think we've got that, unfortunately, at the moment. Hattati's not really like that. Hattati's more
I didn't realise Hattati had his best goal scoring in season, but there's some guys in the support, especially up early, that can't stand real Hattati. So
I can think of one person you're not exactly on about there, but
I think it goes to the same, and I would say that's about Engels. You won't know what you've got until it's not there.
Aye. As for the forward line, I think we just keep the same forward line as Ibrox. I think now we're going to play James Forrest till the final game of the season, I think, just to try and get him this goal.
I disagree, Josh. I think we play Young. For Forrest, and then you put, or you could play Forrest, Young, and drop Maeda and play Ida. You could do that.
I'd give Maeda a rest. I think Maeda's actually had a lot going on. I think he's welcomed a new kid, a new baby.
I don't even know. Is the kid been born?
I don't actually know, but I know that's why he was away in Japan and he came back for the game and stuff. So I'd maybe give Maeda a rest, and maybe play Forrest and Yang and Ida. That's probably look as a weak front three, but I think Maeda's due a bit of rest.
Put it this way. It might. It could. I think it might. I think he might play the front three that you mentioned there. I think it might be Yang, Forrest, and Ida. I think that might be the case.
Aye. But I think that should be the team. I think there are also a few changes in there. I don't think it'll be a full scale rotation, but there's obviously a few changes in there. We'll also see what happens. But somehow I think Liam Scales will still end up in the starting 11. But anyway, Alistair, to finish off, what we saying for the score predictions? I need to find a way to actually tally these up, by the way, because
I still think we'll win.
I think we'll win.
I think it'll be 2-0.
2-0. I'm going to go 3-0.
Scottish Cup tie.
I'm going to go 3-0. I think it'll be pretty comfortable.
Because I think Hibs are a bit. I know they've done really, really well, but is there any Hibs player you would really take for Celtic? No, really.
No, at the moment, I don't think.
No, really.
Try to think. Nah, I don't think so.
Is squad still there?
Who? We will be. He's still there, but I don't know how much he gets into the squad. But I think it'll be pretty comfortable. I think, hopefully we'll see a few goals. I'd
Well,
like to.
interesting to see the Hibs crowd, see if they sell it.
Oh no, but
Oh,
they have sold the league. I think they've sold the allocation out, but it's only a league allocation, so it's not going to be like the cups quarter final where it
no, but
was.
I would actually wouldn't mind if they gave him if I went.
I know. I said that as well. I think a Saturday. I don't really get the whole league allocation stuff. If Celtic are happy to go at that right now, you can have X amount. Then I'm fine with it. Because it just adds a bit to make it the spectacle.
It puts him with an nice to a game.
Don't get me wrong. As you would say, it's like a Proclaimers concert at times. But I mean,
That's when you go east the road.
with our salt and sauce brigade. But no, but I think we'll be comfortable. 3 points hopefully, and then just kind of a good performance. And actually, you're not getting stressed out for a change, but I'm pretty sure I'll still find something to moan about. But we'll wrap up there for the Hibs preview, and as usual, we'll be back after the game at some point for post-match reaction. Hopefully, talking about another Celtic 3 points, and hopefully sending the Proclaimers packing up the road. But until then, we'll speak to you later, and hail.
Right, hail.